we got together and we started to talk a little bit of, about where we were going to go and what we wanted to talk about. And, what we, struck on was the 4 ways to leverage the crisis and strengthen the rising generation. And that came out of, the need that the crisis is just different. And there was no right or wrong, there was just do and survive and get to the other side. And whether it was one generation or the other that was making decisions, you guys looked at this as an opportunity for, the controlling generation to really bring in the next generation and start to strengthen their attitudes and their abilities, utilizing the crisis as a leveraging point. I just thought that was such a great way to be looking at it. One of the things that we talked about was, why sharing the company's story and the history is more important today than any other time. So Terry, you want to start with that? Just talk about how family history and family story, and right now, why it's so important to really focus on that.
That's like a mooring in the middle of a hurricane. If you have those, core values, core aspects of what the family's all about, a very strong core purpose, all of a sudden things kind of come together, and it provides that disciplined platform that I was talking about in my introduction. And it also gives chance to modify things for what's going on currently and where do you need to get to open up new possibilities in a changing and ever-changing market and global economy. So that's the importance of it, and that's why we're here. Tom, do you want to add something to that?
Yeah, I'd add on to that. I think that sometimes I don't think we do a very good job as a senior generation of sharing the stories with the next gen about, the struggles of whether it's in the business, well, especially in the business, because if you're trying to bring up the next gen in the biz, really important. But I think now more than ever is the opportunity to just, how'd you make it through, the 2008, 2009 financial crisis? How'd you make it through the 2003 recession? How'd you make it through 2001 and the attacks on America? All of those things affected our businesses so much. And when we share those stories with our kids, I think they're incredibly powerful to kind of bring them into the fold. And everything, I can't say every family, but I hear a lot of parents say, they just don't get it. They don't understand the struggle. Well, share the struggle a little bit, share the victories. So that's where I think the power of the story comes from.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And we have a guest coming on in the future. They were a beer company, have been for a long time, and they made it through Prohibition. And so we're going to hear that story from him. And they felt very strongly about how they handled Prohibition based on what was out there at the time. So it was really tough for them to make it through, where some people might not have followed all the rules as they were going through. They really felt that they needed to.